everyone, thank you for tuning in today. Today I have a first impression on two different face items. I'm going to be trying out a new foundation and a new concealer, so I wanted to let you guys know my first thoughts. It was almost a disaster and you will see why. But if you want to know more about my experience with these two different items, then please keep on watching. Also, before I get on with the video, please make sure you like this video. The first item I picked up at Sephora was the Hourglass Vanish Seamless Finish Foundation Stick. This is what it looks like. And I have mine in the shade Warm Ivory. So I tried out this shade really quickly at the store because they were about to close, like me being so extra, being so late to everything. I got there really close to closing time. I like that it has instructions, like when does a foundation ever have instructions? That does not happen. Lightly dot foundation on each cheek, forehead, and chin. Using the brush, blend foundation in a light sweeping motion all over the face. This is awesome. This is what the foundation actually looks like. It's super high end. Like, this looks so luxurious. I really do like the packaging. And then this is what the stick looks like. Just twist it. This is the general idea of what it looks like. The next product I picked up, and it's going to be a first impression / review wear test, because I'm going to do it today. I'm gonna wear test this today. Still only one. I usually can only film my videos later, so today I'm filming a little bit earlier because Jude is sleeping. This is going to be a wear test. So this is the other thing I'm going to be testing out today, and this is the Born This Way concealer from Too Faced. This is the concealer that's supposed to go with the Born This Way foundation. I have really mixed feelings about that foundation, so I do have a first impression or review up on it, but I think my feelings have changed about that foundation. This is in the shade Fair, and this concealer is not new by any means. I don't really use concealer too often. I don't have a lot of dark circles, but I do need coverage, and I do love to brighten up my under eyes, so that's why I picked up the Born This Way concealer. So those are the two products that we're going to be trying out today. The way I'm going to do it is I'm going to moisturize my face and then apply one side with a beauty sponge and then the other side with a brush, and then the concealer would just be applied with a beauty blender. So the moisturizer I've been using lately, this year now, 2017, is the Ultra Repair Cream from First Aid Beauty. I really love this moisturizer. I feel like my skin has been so dry lately, so if you have really dry skin, this is like supposed to be like an intense hydration. Okay, so for the foundation, like I said, I'm gonna go in half with a brush and half with a beauty blender. I don't want to prime because I just want to see the full potential of the foundation. Sometimes I prime, but I find it just better for the review not to prime, just because a primer could help the foundation. So we're trying to test out the foundation on its own. If you're wearing makeup, you should be wearing a moisturizer because that will protect your skin from soaking up all the makeup. You don't want to have like clogged pores, you know? The brush I'm going to be using today is this IT Cosmetics heart brush that came out in October, I think, for breast cancer awareness. First, I'm going to go in with the brush, and then I'm going to go in with the beauty sponge. The beauty sponge I'm going to be using today is the Real Techniques Diamond Sponge. I recently got this and I've been trying it out, so I am going to be using that as my beauty sponge today. We're going to apply the foundation directly to my face because that's what it's saying to do. Okay, so that is like one light layer, I feel, because I can still see my skin peeking through. Covered really well, the pink in my skin. So it did a really good job, and the color seems to match almost perfectly. I think it might be a little bit darker. So now I'm going to go in with my diamond sponge. Just bouncing that as I would if it was a beauty blender. So the side with the sponge looks a little patchy, and it looks also really dry. I don't know if that's because the sponge soaked up the moisture from the actual foundation, but it looks streaky and it didn't cover where I didn't put it. So I'm going to apply one more layer, and I'm just going to go over the entire face with the brush because I feel like with the diamond sponge the foundation isn't working well, and I usually prefer to use a brush with foundation sticks. I feel like the forehead is fine. I feel like I don't want the forehead to get too cakey. The foundation isn't wowing me like I thought it was going to wow me. I really thought it was going to be like incredible. Okay guys, so I definitely prefer it applied with a brush. I feel like I always have such a hard time covering this side of my face. I would definitely set it with a powder. I just don't know if I'm seeing the $45 worth in this foundation. It's kind of like not blowing me away. I do really like the shade color. Like, I love the shade. I feel like it matches me better than any other foundation has ever matched me, and lately my sister and I have had so many conversations about foundation not matching us, so this is really refreshing to see that there is a shade for us. Like, I feel like my drugstore foundation could do the same thing as this one and not look so cakey. Okay, so now we're gonna go in with the Born This Way concealer in the shade Fair. So it just has like a doe foot applicator. I'm just gonna apply that. This shade compared to the other shades is pinker because the other ones are more yellow. And this concealer is supposed to be like super hydrating. Yeah, it has coconut water. That's why it's supposed to be like super moisturizing. So the shade is a little bit light. I definitely think this concealer creases because it's so watery. If you guys can tell, but it looks like it's already creasing. So I'm going to be setting all of that with my IT Cosmetics By My Pores. This setting powder is super matte. So I'm just going to use a Morphe E45, and it's like a little buffing brush. Just set everything. Oh yeah, that looks so much better. Definitely a concealer you have to set then. So I kind of just set my T-zone. So that looks so much better than before, just because before it was like a creasy mess. I feel like some of my foundation has rubbed off. So I'm gonna go back in with my brush. My foundation always rubs off right here. So I'm gonna go back in with a little bit more foundation. I guess I'm like the worst for first impression for foundations because they all don't wear so great on me. I'm not exactly sure. I love this foundation. Okay, so now that I have my brows on, I'm going to do my powder contour. Okay, so I'm going to go into my Shade and Light palette from Kat Von D, and I'm actually going to set my entire face with these two right here. I'm just going to grab this big fluffy brush and just kind of mesh them together. So I feel like the foundation looks better now that it's set. I actually kind of hate it. Even though I look really perfect or somewhat perfect on camera, I think in person it just looks so dry and patchy. My concealer is a little bit creased, like right under my eye. I do make a lot of face expressions, so that's like to be expected. Honestly, I just feel like a dry, patchy mess. That's the best way to describe this. For my contour, I'm going to go in with these two shades right here. For my bronzer, I'm going to go in with the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil. Hey guys, so I'm here for my final check-in of the day. You guys see what happened? You guys are looking at my face. I don't like this foundation. I'm so disappointed in this foundation. I think I had such high hopes for it, and it disappointed me so much. I don't think this foundation is worth it if you have oily skin. Obviously, I can't speak for everyone. This looks disgusting, and I just want to wipe it off. It looked good at first, you know. I was like, okay. I mean, it didn't look great, but it looked okay. My issue with this foundation is that it looks really good on camera, but in real life, it clung onto every dry patch. I think the concealer has held up, but I still need to try it out more to really know. I definitely had to set it. It's not a concealer that will give you a ton of coverage because it is really liquidy, and maybe if I mix it in with my Kat Von D, it'll kind of be like perfect, but it's too much work. These products are supposed to be high-end because they're supposed to be like flawless and easy and effortless, but I feel like I get more out of my drugstore foundations and more out of my drugstore concealers, and those are the ones that I use daily. So I definitely think the Hourglass is gonna go back. The Too Faced concealer I'm gonna play around with a little bit more. If I don't love it, then I'm just gonna take it back. I mean, everybody has loved the Hourglass foundation, so I'm really like, am I doing something wrong? Did I do something wrong? Is it just not for oily skin? I don't know what else to say other than it looks really bad. So there you guys have it. Those are my final first impression thoughts of the day. I didn't really love it when I put it on. I especially don't love it now. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for tuning into my video today. I hope you guys are doing amazing wherever you are, and I will see you next time with a new video. I also have vlogs on my other channel, so make sure you check out my second channel, and of course don't forget to subscribe. If you had a similar experience with this foundation, then please let me know down in the comments, because I want to know I'm not the only one out there who absolutely hates this foundation. Again, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!